our first match of the night, we did see KSA come in. We're going to be getting to Aiden Select as well. We're going to be back on split for this one too. I'm just going to run through KSA really quick. They are the Korean Student Association. We do have Duke Wang or Bob Tickles in game. Definitely this team captain or IGL for them. They play initiator. Andy Yang, 2 Ice on the duelist. They've definitely said that they say they're an egoist. I don't know about that. We'll have to see. And then Drew Park playing the flex, the 6-man. They would rather be playing TF2. Honestly, I have never played TF2, so I don't know what that's about. But then Ethan Chen, the Stroud lover, 1-1-1 on the duelist as well. Colin Chung on Colin second on the controller. Apparently, they say they're the LeBron of Val. Don't know if that one's true. But and the last one we're gonna get is Zachary No on the Sentinel, and then Ben is our coach.
Yeah, and then they're going to be facing off against CASA, the Chinese American Student Association, who aims to promote Chinese culture and awareness between the community and the university, here to connect students of different diverse backgrounds among their members and other organizations. The organization offers cultural education, history, social events, and services on campus to expand its influence at OSU. Here, as their players, they have Trish, the lurking specialist, Ben Chung, the one-trick pony, Andy Zhang, the IGL, the Flash Master, Kenneth, the god of eternity who sprays and prays, and then Chad, the man, the myth, the clutch. And then for their 6th man, they have Kevin, not a Smurf, who is the flex, the jack of all trades, and then their coach, Stinky, who is the best coach ever, but his stench is what compelled the team to be what it is.
Man, if it's really that stinky, then who knows how good this team is going to be. CASA might be just the best one we've seen so far. We're going to be getting into some gameplay here as agents have been selected, both sides pretty much mirroring, except for their initiators. We're going to see a breach on the sign of, we do not have the titles up there yet correctly, but KSA is going to be on, KSA is going to be on defense first, and we're going to see KSA on the attack here, getting into this first pistol round. Both sides opting for 4 ghosts, 1 classic in the hands of T1 and Gamble from the Jet and Cypher, excuse me. But yeah, looking forward to getting into this action.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we're going to see some crazy aggression here with this Teo. It looks like we are, as we're going to push straight up mid. We already see Blab out in the front. Now, we're going to see a bloodbath maybe here in heaven, but we're just going to concede right now.
R5 in, and Tay finds 1 on Colin second. As T1 goes down after getting 1 on Gamble, Tay finds that headshot. Blabs now going into A, trying to take control of this site. We do see Stroudlover back there in CT. Blabs trying to find that one as well. All right, we do have bomb going down. It has been planted. Stroudlover on this angle. Blabs from the headshot on them. We do see Breach now. 2 Ice coming around. Finds that trade out on Blabs, making it a 2-on-3 retake. As we do see the Tejo on site, 2 holding ramp. We're going to get the call out now from God of Eternity saying both are coming elbow. Tejo ready on that angle. Gets gunned down by the double peek. Last 2 are playing main. Bomb is planted for them. They're going up heaven. Gotta go quick though. They tap bomb. Now sticking. 2 gonna swing. Double swing. Comes out. Does not find it. As we do see 2 Ice finding the last one on a Chad. That is going to be the pistol round in the favor of KSA. 2 Ice, last time they played, they were on Abyss on that Sova. Did very well with all their util, and that pistol round went really well in the favor of KSA.
Yeah, at first it looked like CASA had something good with the mid-aggression, but they weren't able to get anything off of it, and then they tried to double back around and go through vents, and then it was just an absolute bloodbath. KSA were fully prepared for it, and 2 Ice was able to clutch up and finish. So now KSA is going to be up here with a bonus, but we see a little bit of a greedy force here from CASA. We see multiple Stingers and Spectres, so I don't think they're going to try to tone it down, as it looks like they're going to go for a full A stack here.
Yep, all 5 getting positioned toward A as this round is going to begin. I mean, we've said it before, Stingers and Spectres are kind of one and the same. As Blab's just going to run through, trying to spray through. T1 finds it through the wall with the Ares. That's an early pick there on their entry duelist, as Gamble's in CT, finds 1 on Colin second, coming through now as bomb is going to get planted. Oh, does Stinger burst from ADS, finds 2 headshots but not the kill.
That's not where you want to be right now. Yeah. Gamble, he's about to be swung on by 2 Ice, and he can't do anything with that health bar with that Stinger. Now 2 Ice gonna walk right into God of Eternity.
3 on 2 retake. 2 players though, low HP, as KSA just runs it down with those weapons. The Stinger, or the Spectres and the Ares doing a lot of work as we do see two with really low HP. Could have been really gone in the favor of CASA. Maybe gonna have to take a step back and find their own method of attacking now. But that force looked pretty broke on the econ side.
Yeah, this is going to be really rough for CASA. It looked like they thought they were going to be able to get the jump on KSA, but they weren't able to. So now it's going to be a really broken pistol buy. You can't really afford to try to force stingers here again. And now KSA is going to be able to keep that bonus and start stacking some economy. So CASA going to have to try to play it a little safe here, maybe try to get some picks, not let the game get too far away from them too early.
Right. UEC, KSA, I've seen from their play, they let the team come to them. So any kind of rat plays CASA might try to do is not going to go very well. Labs peeking this middle area as the boombot comes out from the opposing raise. Going to shoot that down before it can see anybody. Gamble now making their way up A, but we do see the Cypher set up there. We're going to see one between Colin second and Gamble. Who is going to win the fight? Colin second finds the headshot, but Gamble is really low, left at just 1 or 2 HP as the rest of CASA is positioned toward B. No Cypher setup there. Basically, the entire site is free. The Raze is playing Heaven, though, and the Omen is in Vents. We're going to see maybe just a grab the orb and get out situation here. But they don't know that Cypher setup is on A, so it might just be rotate into death.
Yeah, I mean, CASA, they don't really have too many options here. KSA is very happy to just let them kind of take a site, take some space, walk into us. Sure, we have the superior guns, we can get a retake, but now KSA, they're gonna start hearing them running up mid. It's gonna be a bloodbath in Heaven maybe.
Tickle's gonna swing, find two after the, I think they stun themselves maybe with that missile from God of Eternity or the breach stuff from 2 Ice was good enough. Chad falls, or yeah, 2 Ice falls to Blabs and Chad finds Colin second. As Blabs is in CT, a 1v2, bomb is down Heaven. They do not have Spike. Blabs gonna have to go for a play here, double satcheling into Heaven. Gonna get hit by the grenade from Bob Tickles. Finds the elbow of Bob, jumping around the corner now as Blabs is just gonna elect to run back CT. Have this initiation here with Stroud Lover. No time left for either for the attackers. Blab falls, Stroud Lover only 45 HP. Body shot by the Sheriff, gets teabagged a little bit by the opposing Jet.
Yeah, I mean, it looked actually really good for a second. It looked like Blabs might be able to catch up or clutch up. He jumped into Heaven, found an isolated 1v1, but he wasn't able to get down Bob Tickles. And then he just realized he didn't have any time. He couldn't run out because he knew they'd be holding that angle. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to convert. So now that is 3-0. We are going to see a full buy from both teams now. So this is going to be the first time now we're going to see both teams with equal footing, heavy firepower. This is going to be really explosive.
We are going to see there over on A massive interaction with the op into 4 of them as Stroud Lover finds Gamble to start it off. Gets stunned though, and Blabs takes down 2. That's a free A site. They better speed up though, as the rest of KSA is going to be in Vents at the moment. Blabs now taking more space. Heaven drops the boombot, finds 3. Yeah, you're right. He does have the showstopper. Blabs is going to take his 3rd down, but 2 Ice ready there for the trade outs.
Yeah, that looked like Blabs was going to be able to find something, but now it's up to Colin second, and he just runs right past. God of Eternity sees him. Now, it's going to be really hard to push into, as now all of CASA knows you're here.
Yep, we're going to see smokes coming out from both Omens. Tay now going for a flank as Chad finds 2 Ice, and Colin second, not expecting that one to be in the corner. They did throw the blind from there, so they might have known, but just elected not to peek at the same time. And just fell to Chad there, finding 2. Getting their first round of the match. I think they figured out what they needed to do. They needed to obviously get those entry frags, but they needed to speed up onto site once they get those frags. They've been playing a little bit slow off the start, but haven't been able to capitalize on those picks.
Yeah, and now look at this buy from KSA. They haven't really been too good or safe with their eco, so now they have to go for this save, even though they did win 3 rounds in a row, which feels kind of bad. So now they're going to have to try to weather the storm of CASA, which is starting to stack on this B site.
We're going to see Tay maybe have an interaction here with the opposing Raze. Bob Tickles with that Sheriff in mid as the rest of KSA, or CASA is going to push up into the site as Tay finds the one with the Vandal. That is going to be that mid push. The rest of KSA now rotating toward B. We do see Cypher though check Heaven on A as Tay and the rest of CASA, is going to be rotating through sewers.
Yeah.
And T1 just going to maybe find this little interaction here with the Jet.
I mean, all of A has been kind of just abandoned here with the Cypher left on it, but now we got to see if this Jet is going to be able to find this corner. He's going to race the shot maybe on this. No, going to use the shorty and then back off. But all of his team is behind him. There's no reason to get too aggressive. They know they can have a big hit, and now all of KSA is running.
Right, all 4 now rotating in as we do see the Omen ult come out from the CASA Omen as Gamble finds T1, taking him down with the op. Stroudlover with the shorty, going through heaven. 2ice finds Gamble with the Bulldog though, evening out the numbers. Guns are not even though. 2ice finds God of Eternity as well. Tay takes down Colin second, and Blabs finds Stroudlover. Last one, 2ice pulls out the Breach ultimate, finds one. Tay goes down. It'll be an ace round for 2ice if they can clutch up. They need to watch heaven though. They knew this was pistol round. It's basically the same thing. Both from heaven. Blind coming through. Fully blind. Chad whipping the first few, but finds the pick onto 2ice. Great round there from CASA to make it 3-2.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for 2ice. It looked like he thought he'd be out of range of the Paranoia, but it does have a bigger hitbox than it appears. He got caught on it, and then just was kind of forced to stare down the 2 guns facing him from heaven. But still, CASA was able to get a lot off of KSA, and KSA was able to get a lot off of CASA in return. So now we're going to see another full buy. This is going to be really aggressive. We see Stroudlover with the op again, so I'm very curious to see what's going to happen when CASA starts to walk into B.
Stroudlover electing to position themselves on this B main angle. Gonna find one to start off the round. Blabs goes down to the first shot of the round here. Now repositioning up into heaven right in front of their own Rays as Tay and the rest of the team is still positioned in Market and the B garage area. We are going to be seeing Jet lurk up through sewers. Gamble trying to get some space back for his team after that
he's
op.
holding mid though. Gamble's going to peek into this possibly. He's got the dash prime, but is he going to be able to get out? He does. Now they know the op is holding there.
Yep, drone follows him in, but does not get the scan. Stroudlover, that movement is very clean at the moment, as we're going to see CASA split up as both players, Tay and the Tay-Ho, are going to be rotating toward A, as the other 2, Gamble and the Omen, are going to be rotating as well. We're going to see no one on site on A, but they do have that Cypher trip. 2 playing heaven, Colin second and the T1 player. Stroudlover now rotating in with the op. Can he find one with the peek? Just barely misses Tay there on the shoulder as they're going to elect to go in. Tay finds one. Gamble up through fence finds another. Smokes themselves off. Tay, or Gamble trying to get into CT. God of Eternity takes down Bob Tickle's backside on elbow. 2 remaining for KSA as CASA is just electing to take a driver's seat here.
Yeah, and now that the bomb is down, now KSA has to walk into them, and I don't know if they want to do that with the op in their hands, so now they're going to back off and try to save maybe for the next round. What at first looked really good from KSA when they were able to get that pick with the op, and Stroud was able to reposition all around and cause trouble for KSA. Eventually, CASA was able to just get a full stack on A Heaven and then just explode onto site, and KSA, they weren't able to handle it.
Right, that heaven space is so, it's a prime real estate. If you're trying to hit A, you have to take that space. The post plant can rely on that. We have seen that twice now coming out from CASA. Now going to hunt down these players that are left, just holding these 2 angles, 2ice and the Jet there from KSA. Electing to save, keeping that op in their back pocket whenever they are ready for another defense round.
Yeah, and now that's going to bring us to 3-3, perfectly even here. We're going to see a timeout starting out. So both teams, this is called from KSA, it looks like. So they're going to get a little strategic. They won 3 rounds in a row and then immediately lost 3 rounds in a row. So now they kind of want to think of what to do here. We still have the op available. They looks like they have enough for a full buy, maybe with some broken shields, possibly. So they're going to probably have to try to pull something out of their bag of tricks here to make sure that CASA won't be able to just run them over once more.
Right. I mean, if I'm KSA, I'm thinking, maybe shotguns or SMGs in corners. As a defending side, on split specifically, there are so many angles you have to clear to get out onto site, and even mid as well. So holding with shotguns or something close, not electing to take peeks, get interested in what could be around the corner, sit in your own spot, hold your space, and that might be what flips this around. Probably only going to see some light shields from these other 3 players. Bob Tickles, T1, the Cypher, Colin second for KSA. As the rest of CASA does have money for a full buy, all Vandals and Phantoms coming out.
At first, it looked, from my smaller perspective, that they had enough for full buy, but no, they most definitely do not. That is Stingers, a Ghost, and a Guardian. So now KSA, they're really going to have to try to scrunch things together. But now look at CASA with this massive stack towards B. It looks like a massive mid-hit.
Right, a lot of players from CASA and KSA now positioned toward mid and B. I do like this play out of KSA, taking a lot of this space mid, but that nade is going to come through. Just barely missed that kill, but 2ice takes out God of Eternity. That's one pick they did need. They could have, this was the other option they had, get very aggressive with their weaker until, but Blabs, the spray, takes down T1 without that gun to fire back as Bob Tickles falls to gamble, but 2ice finds that trade. Stroud Lover still on 5 HP. Colin second as well, very low. But we do see Blabs on the other side, low HP as well. Bomb is down B for the plant long, though.
Yeah, and Stroud also has the op still, so now they're going to be able to try to hold this down, but do they know? Yeah, now they know that Chad is there. 2ice is holding it, but he doesn't want to take an isolated 1v2.
They're going to start defusing, and it's in the smoke. They do have enough time to stick it, as Tay is not there quick enough to find that last pick, as they're going to prevent him from getting the op. Tay killing Colin second there with that classic. Colin must have just completely whiffed on that one. I don't know how he missed Tay, but Tay going off right now, 8 and 4.
Yeah, that was very much needed for KSA, but it is going to cost them. They no longer have that op. Now Gamble has the op in his hand, so this is going to be very dangerous for KSA. CASA, they don't got to feel too bad about losing that last round because they are so up for this round. And now we're going to see a really big explosive hit onto B, possibly. 2ice not going to peek into too many, but he doesn't have any information just yet. This could be really explosive if CASA decides to commit to it.
Right, CASA, 4 players positioned toward Garage and Market, leaving Blabs there in the middle to hold some of that space on that smoke. Bob Tickles, though, sitting on that other side of Mail. 2ice holding down this long angle, waiting for somebody to walk into that blue crosshair as Tay and God of Eternity are making their way up. 2ice does call for the smoke, though, B main, as the rest of CASA is just going to sit there, wait out the smoke. They don't have any info on where CASA could be. KSA electing to put 3 toward A, 1 in vents, 1 heaven, 1 CT, screen, as Blabs and Bob Tickles are going to have a little bit of an interaction there. Blabs coming out on the favorable side with more HP, 49 left for Bob Tickles, running into heaven as 2ice finds 1, but Gamble takes down 2ice back. We're going to see everybody else on site. Stroudlover with the knives out. Can he find 1? Finds 1. Bob Tickles take down Blab Heaven. Bob Tickles as well take down Tay. That's 1 player left for CASA, being Chad, the Omen. Finding 1. Can he clutch up? 2. Spray 3.
Oh my God.
1. We do see Chad, though, with 40 HP. 1 bullet from a Vandal will kill them.
He's got 14 seconds.
Yeah, we don't have no time either. He has bomb as well.
Oh, Orb and teleport?
There's not enough time. No, there's no time. He has 7 seconds. It's not fast enough. And that's going to be the round. Chad, almost the hero of round 8. Going to elect to just take the op and run away.
Oh.
Man, it's almost so clutch out there from Chad and CASA.
Yeah, I mean, at first it looked like CASA had a solid game plan. They were just kind of sitting around on B, trying to get someone to walk into them. But when KSA didn't budge, they didn't exactly know what to do. And it started with that aggression towards mid, Blabs finally getting Bob Tickles. It looked like that would be the go point. But then all of KSA were able to rotate. And just when it looked like he was going to be able to clutch up, Chad, he just didn't have enough time, maybe a little bit of indecision. But, you know, it looked really scary there. But now they are going to be able to get out the op. They're going to be able to get a full buy. KSA not well off with the guns. We're going to see what happens here next.
Right, KSA electing to take a little bit more of an aggressive angle here as we do see Bob Tickles on the raise push up into Garage. Not electing to stay in that space, giving it up as CASA is still there just outside of B. Blabs sitting in mid, wide open. Could get flashed here by 2ice. Gonna elect to take their rotate toward A. Gonna run into 3 players, possibly if they do elect to hit it. We're gonna see the bomb still positioned toward B as well. Gamble moving up into mid. Gonna have an interaction here with the smoke. 2ice, gotta be careful.
Oh my.
Stinger and op on the side, on 2 different sides of the smoke, as Blabs coming in for backup for Gamble, and don't get too dozy, 2ice. Come on now. Smoke does come out again from the Omen from KSA. Gamble does peek out, misses the op shot. goes into Vents, gets killed by Colin too. Blabs does take out one, but Bobsicles finds Tay on B. Blabs through Heaven, tearing through this entire defense. Only 8 HP left though. Tejo is gonna get the bomb down, planted for that long peek again. We're gonna see two come in through Vents for KSA on this retake. Stradlover, 125 HP, inspecting that Sheriff, getting ready to peek out. Blabs gonna get shot in the back maybe. Yep, there it is. Blabs takes a shot into the back. Stradlover ready for this retake. God Eternity finds one, but Stradlover takes the assist. Chad again in a clutch situation. A one-on-one full HP for both players. Gonna elect to ult to on top of bomb. Sees him not there. Again, peeks out, but gets double dinked by the Phantom. Stradlover, the clutch gene is in them. Stradlover makes it 6-3. Man, that timeout from KSA really has helped them. It's been 3 rounds straight after losing 3 rounds.
And even with with a lesser buy, sometimes KSA is really able to just take it to CASA, and it looks like CASA comes with a new game plan. Maybe try some aggression here, maybe try to split, maybe go A, go back B, but every single time KSA is just ready for them. And CASA, they kind of got to find something here because KSA really could run away with this game, especially now we see T1 with the Odin looking to spray down anyone who's going to peek A, but CASA hasn't really gone A. They're kind of getting a little readable here, so we're going to have to see what they do next.
Right, electing for a full mid push. We do see 2 Ice there in Heaven, shooting down that drone. Blabs getting ready to throw their nade, but gets stunned by 2 Ice. Now full Heaven control from CASA, taking Male into Heaven on the B side. They gotta check mate. Uh-oh, Blabs, what are we doing now? You have one more satchel.
Oh my god.
Is Stradlover deaf? Oh my goodness. Cannot get... Blabs! An entire clip! He wins an entire clip as 2 are coming in. Bobsicles finds one with the ult. Tay does take down 2 Ice, but taking down Tay is Bobsicles again. A 4-on-3 retake now. The op from B main is very dangerous. Blabs with the flank, finds the one. Redemption 2, make it 2. It's a 1-on-3 now as Chad finds Colin's second for that round.
That was pandemonium from both sides. One, I do not know what Strad was doing in Garage as his team was all getting pushed off of B Heaven, but it worked out. He was able to do a little boogie around all Blabs' full entire clip, and then they just kind of go separate ways. Blabs is able to get some redemption with that really nice flank getting into Heaven, and Stroud isn't able to convert and clutch it up for his team. So now that is a very needed round for CASA, as now they're going to come into this next round with a better buy, and now that aggression has worked, and we're going to see them move towards A.
Right. I think this can be pretty predictable, though, as you find Stradlover taking down Gamble with the Bucky. Chad picking up that gun as the nade comes out from Bobsicles. Going to get one shot off again is Stradlover. Now electing to move into sewers, but we do see Breach, though, in market with the flank with the Bulldog. ADS is very strong on this Bulldog, but electing not to peek that mid angle as Chad running through mid. Gonna get onto site here, plant that bomb, and play the rest of this timeout.
Yeah, now they've just kind of flipped the map as their CASA is now going to get this plant down, and it's going to be a 4v4 straight up. So we're going to see if KSA can get this retake, as now they are starting to move in from mid. We still see 2 Ice coming in from Garage. Are they aware that he might be there? Blabs is going to sniff it out. Is he going to be able to find the head, though? Ooh, no, he's just going to pop the showstopper right off rip! And he's going to take out 2 Ice on his own. He is not going to hesitate. As now we see some...
One enemy remaining.
Stradlover, gonna find Chad. God of Eternity takes down Bobsicles, though. Another one with the knives from Stradlover, taking down the last one of the round. The last 3 there from KSA, just taking Heaven space and getting out quick. Not giving enough time for CASA to really adjust and find out what's going on. But again, Blabs looking to whip out that rocket launcher. Gonna get into an attacker side timeout from Blabs, that IGL. And that we might see a reverse 3-0 time after the timeout, and then from this CASA, excuse me, both these teams are basically the same thing saying it, but CASA looking forward to getting this these rounds back.
Yeah, I mean, and CASA, they've been able to get their kills, but they haven't really been able to convert on their group play. Sure, Blabs might be able to get a few clutches or maybe get a few hero plays, but besides that, the team can't really convert, and all of KSA is able to just shut anything they throw at them down. So I'm really curious to see what CASA is going to do, because they had some really good aggression. Whenever they'd go hard and fast, they'd be able to get a sight, and that has worked for them sometimes. Did not work when they walked into a Bucky. They got to work on clearing their angles possibly, but that's probably something they're talking about right now is, hey, maybe we got to clear angles, play together. Don't try to take these weird isolated 1v1s or 1v2s. We have good team play that we can use here.
Right. I just think after that one round they did win there on B, going to A the very next round is a little too predictable. You win one and it's like everybody just kind of moves themselves over to A for some reason.
Yeah,
you don't
speaking of moving to A for some reason.
Yeah, we're going to see a 5-stack here on the attacker side moving into A as drone comes out. Blab's getting ready to take up Heaven's space, but we do see the Jet, Stradliver there, peeking down ramp, giving up the rest of that space to CASA. Now gonna get ready to explode onto the site. Blab elects to pick the satchels in, finds no one on site. Site is clear, guys. Come on, get that bomb down. Now electing to take more space. Gamble gonna go for this late play into Heaven. Has to be careful though. They do have their raise there. One in the smoke. Does see the Boombot come out. And Bob takes a takedown Chad, but Gamble finds 2, making it 3. It trades 3 to 3, making it a 2-on-2. Ice finds another one. Blast, he be the hero again. 70 HP left on Stradliver.
Oh my god.
With the Bucky, or the Shorty, excuse me, the right click comes out. Only 30 HP. It's up! Stradliver, close quarters with the one-shot gun, finds Blabs, taking him down, making it an 8-4 half for KSA. That timeout did not go too well.
That was ridiculous. CASA, they went for their hard and fast aggression on A. They were able to get the bomb down, but KSA were able to get the entire retake. It was a bloodbath that KSA came out on top of, and then it was down to the 2 top fraggers, and Stroud was able to stay calm, cool, and collected, and he knew Blabs was probably going to back up, try to put some space in between that Shorty, whipped out the op, and Blabs didn't stand a chance. That feels really bad for CASA, but KSA has got to be feeling really good after that half.
I mean, Stradliver only having 6 deaths, the least in the lobby, making it very tough to kill them is always a great option when playing Duelist, as the rest of KSA is going to now go toward B. That Cypher Cam, the only thing holding down B site, getting ready as they're going to be cautious, trying to peek this B main angle. No one pushing down mid or the A side site as well. Just going to hold all this space. KSA playing it extremely slow. Excuse me, as we're going to get a little bit of a peek out here from the Omen and the rest of KSA.
Yeah, now Garage is going to be smoked off, and he's going to call to his teammates that there is some aggression in B Garage, but no one's going to bite just yet. But now all of KSA has rotated into B Garage for this hit. Even the Breach has rotated all the way around. They're just going to bide their time, try to see if they can get any util out, and they're going to have an explosive hit coming on. I don't know if CASA's going to be ready for this.
No, maybe not, but we do see Stradliver getting already out there with the smoke. Bobsicles takes down Tay. No came on site. Stradliver finds Chad back site now as Blabs coming in through Heaven with that Sheriff. Not going to find one, getting sprayed through the smoke a little bit. All 3 looking to take from Heaven. Gamble finds Colin second. Gotta be careful with 1 health. Blabs finds the headshot. Very clean with that Kuronami Sheriff. Gotta be careful back site here. There's another one. Blabs takes down 2 Ice. Where is this last player? Jet behind Blabs, make it 4. He's gonna stick bomb. There's no way that this Breach can clear him out as they do fall, or excuse me, there's a raise left. I thought the Breach was alive, so they got one tactic planting bomb.
Yeah, no, as Blabs was going for the defuse, God of Eternity took out the last remaining KSA member. So we were talking about how you can't always rely on clutch factor, but Blabs raises the bet a little bit higher and says, no, watch the Sheriff. And he's able to clutch that up for CASA. And now that is exactly what they want going into this next half. And now KSA, they look like they're going to go for a more split approach, now going to send 2 Ice and Stroud together on A instead of just sending 2 Ice lurking, and probably try to play more of a calm default here.
Right, we're going to see 3 now going toward mid, make it 4 with 2 Ice in the bomb. We do see Stradliver get taken down by the Outlaw, a very strong weapon on that eco round coming out from CASA. Now, this defensive side, I did forget to mention it. Split is a very defensive-sided map as Tay takes down Colin second. All these pistols left. Does get stunned though, and through the stun, takes down Bob Tickles. T1 gets blinded. Chad finds the last two, making it 8-6. I was going to say it before all that action happened. This map, Split, is a very defensive-sided map. Depending on the team, if you play attack first, you have to win at least 5, and they did win only 4, CASA did, but they're making it look like they have complete control over this defense side so far.
Yeah, that was absolute disaster for KSA right there. They tried to get aggressive, try to not let the better guns affect them, but unfortunately it does. We saw as Blabs tried to push in on that stunned Cypher that it just didn't matter there, as now we're going to see some more aggression towards B Garage, but looks like CASA, they're just going to be ready for this. They don't need to do anything too crazy. Let them walk into them.
Right. Yeah, you're totally right. This is a very like I'm gonna say it again, a very defensive-sided game. As Bob Tickles does not hit the first few shots onto the Cypher Tay, as the rest of KSA is getting ready to hit B again, but we're gonna see CASA ready for it now with Cypher trips. Stralover is out on the site though. Is gonna find taking down by Chad, but Bob Tickles takes the trade. 2Ice finds Tay in heaven. Clear out coming into CT along with the Raze.
Look at these remaining CASA members. They're all the way back going for a long flank, but they're not ready for Gamble being there as Bob Tickles gets a little bit too aggressive. So now this is going to be a clean 3v3 when KSA doesn't have the best health bars to work with. Now, are they going to expect the rest of CASA to be at these from Garage? They do sniff out Gamble, though.
Colin taking down Gamble, but Blabs giving 2Ice some warning shots before taking him out. But T1 and Colin second are able to clean out that round. The HP was in favor of CASA on that 3-man retake, but just the positioning from KSA ready to take down the rest of CASA was just too clean.
Yeah, and that's what they needed for KSA. They wanted to get that first round. They wanted to get back into it. Now they're going to be able to get a good buy and probably try to close out this map and not let CASA get their momentum back. They're not going to have the best buy here because they did go for a little bit of a force. CASA's going to have a better buy, but they're going to try to make up for it by possibly getting some aggression A, although we have seen that get a little scary before. So we're going to see. Drone really wants to peek into this Jet here.
Right, Tejo drone does come out and scan a few. Jet now positioned on that off angle in heaven. No one's going to clear that when they go up there normally. It's very tough to expect that. But the rest of KSA still waiting for all of this space to be cleared out by their team. Smoke's coming through. Stun does come out. Oh my goodness, Gamble. Absolute whiff out of them. Bob Tickles does take him down, but the God of Eternity with the Odin.
Spray and pray, baby.
Yeah, Stralover and Colin too coming down by the hands of that Odin. Blabs in sewers, ready for this flank. The Cypher trip is not placed for this flank all the way through sewers. Tay and Chad positioned in heaven, ready for that blind as they try to pop in here. They did see the barrel of the gun from T1 as they all line up and almost get taken down, but Spike is down. Tay finds a trade. Rest of CASA and KSA are moving in through heaven. Trapwire was triggered from Bob Tickles, and they're just going to go through vents now. Electing to go toward B as Blabs here's the call out from his teammates. Here's them, knows they're going B as well. Fast flank coming in from Blabs. They can hear you, dude. What are you doing? Slow down.
Yeah, he's going slow. I don't know if KSA is actually going to expect them here. 2Ice might know. He's going to gun knife out, and now that's the showstopper. He's going to try to close it out in convincing fashion, but it's not needed.
Kill your teammate. No. I do that sometimes. When they're low enough and I have my ult, you know what? I'm just going to shoot somewhere. Electing not to take out their teammate as they do get the defuse. Blabs clutching up again another round with that big flank. The other two coming in through CT, finding that last one to get that bomb. Lonely on site and defuse it. KSA really struggling now. Going to take a timeout on this attacking side. Split, very tough to attack from KSA, and we saw it last half with CASA as well, being a tough map to attack.
Yeah, and I mean, Blabs, the team captain of the Chinese American Student Association, has been showing up on this half. He's been getting these massive clutches, getting these crazy flanks, not getting too over aggressive or taking those hero plays we were talking about before, actually kind of taking his time and just letting the enemy team just kind of fumble and walk into him. So this is a really interesting adjustment. Now it's a really close game when it looked kind of one-sided at first. So I'm really interested to see what the adjustment is going to be here.
We are going to be having a little bit of a longer pause, I believe. Not entirely sure what the issue is at the moment, but it might be a tech issue, it might be just a communications issue on the side of the players. But we're just going to be hanging out with you guys for a little bit here, chatting about the game. I'm really excited to see the Chinese American Student Association defend again on this split map. Very clean in what they do when defending, not going too aggro into KSA, as they did take their time out. But we do hopefully see them make this a game, as they still are up 9-7. But this has been the best one I think I've seen so far out of these 3 games played today.
Yeah, and it's been kind of a bloodbath. Sometimes we see these massive, like, slow default plays, and then eventually everyone is at the same place. It's a big explosive hit onto Heaven or big explosive hit into Garage, and we're seeing some crazy trades, some crazy plays coming out. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to try to change it up here. Maybe Stroud is going to go for an aggressive op angle again. Maybe we're going to see Blabs still going for those lurks, or maybe KSA is going to start getting aware of the fact that Blabs is kind of lurking and flanking, because he's done it multiple times back to back to back. Every single time Blabs is in the spot where they don't expect him to be. So eventually they might start placing smarter cipher trips or cages in to try to track down this duelist.
Definitely, that is going to be what happens from KSA, getting back into gameplay, as they are going to be going up through mid into a cipher trip. Though Tay does have that set up there. We are going to be seeing Bob Tickles sniffing it out, trying to spray it down, just shooting the wall at this point. 2 missiles coming in. T1 does take down Tay. No sentinel left. Bob Tickles puts that rocket launcher right into the face of Gamble, exploding and finding one. Chad now positioned in hell.
I know
and
exactly
one
where
in
you
heaven.
are.
Blab's gonna get scanned by the Cypher upload, or Cypher Neuralink, excuse me, as Bob Tickles and the rest of KSA are going to rotate through vents. Blab's gonna find him a little interaction here in heaven, getting ready for T1 just running out with his knife, doesn't even know he's there. God of Eternity evens out the numbers through the box, finding Colin second. As Bob's going to go down backside. Bob Tickles, low HP, does find a little headshot through the wall, a little dink there. Stradlover sitting in vents, waiting for somebody to come into their crosshair, and they don't know that all 3 are already ready to go. Bob Tickles does take down the lab. 2 ice, finds a headshot on the Chad, gonna clear right first, but not gonna find God of Eternity there. There's no util for this, for this post plant left from KSA. God of Eternity could very easily just stick this. They wanted to. Gonna tap first. Gonna get swung by both. Jet updrafts. Really low HP from both sides. 88 HP for God of Eternity. Not gonna elect to half it. They do make steps. They have to stick it now. Too little time. Kid does he know. Stradlover finds that last one. God of Eternity should have, in my opinion, half it first. Look for that player. Trying to get the pick. But Stradlover does go down to the bomb. Gonna make that eco a little bit evener.
Yeah, I mean, it looked probably a little bit of nerves there, because it looked like God of Eternity, he was trying to get a good trade there, right there in A long, but he wasn't able to trade out his teammate. He was luckily able to get 2 ice when he cleared right, but then he was just left alone with an Odin, and spray and pray can't really get you through that post plant when it's a 1v2 situation, not all the time. But now we're going to see something really aggressive coming out from KSA as everyone is stacked A. This is going to be really explosive.
Right, the drone does not pop there from... the drone does not pop there on top of the A site. God of Eternity now holding this angle with this stinger. The rest of KSA still sitting in spawn. Smoke's going to come out, but we do have a very big flank from Gamble. Going to find one with the knife. T1 getting a little too nosy, checking flank, and it falls down to Gamble. Now, the rest of the team just sitting in A main. And yeah,
this is really interesting because KSA, they're all grouped up, and CASA might be aware of this, and the Armageddon is available for God of Eternity. So if they want to, they can really punish them for just kind of sitting here. They don't see them anywhere else on the map, but it looks like they're just going to kind of move to B as KSA just kind of sits, holds their ground A, and now there's going to be some aggression heaven as they try to take this site. but all of CASA is now here.
Labs elected to take the swing with the
Spike
Bucky,
down
excuse me,
A.
Stroudlover there late in main, finding Blabs as betrayed, but Stroudlover does take down Gamble after moving up into heaven. Bob Tickles with that Phantom, very accurate in close distance spray,
30 seconds left.
spray and pray, excuse me. Now the rest of KSA going toward B, and CASA now gonna have a little bit of a delayed rotate here as they do hear all three in heaven. Gonna elect to go back into this retake. They do have Armageddon still.
available.
There
They're
it
gonna
is. It
pop
comes
it.
out. It's not gonna find anybody though.
Whoa.
All three group up in CT though. They need to know that they're all there. Breach stun comes out
One
as
enemy
Stroudlover and Tay come through. 2 ice down to 11 HP, but Bob Tickles clutches up the round after that very nice take onto B and finding those last 2 players.
Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate for CASA. They had the Armageddon. They had the right idea, too. They wanted to try to stop the plant, but they weren't able to. And now CASA is going to take another timeout because this is starting to really get out of their hands. KSA now 11-7. Not where you want. This is exactly what they want to be, but CASA, they've kind of thrown everything and the kitchen sink at them. And they haven't really been able to do anything. The aggression isn't working. The flanks aren't really working. So what do you really do here?
I mean, if I am CASA, you just take a step back, you evaluate your eco here. Both sides are able to full buy with some regen shields coming out from Tay and God of Eternity. Gamble does have enough to buy up along with Blabs, but might have to sacrifice some util, though, if they want that full shield. They might elect to go with Light Shield or those regen shields as well. But I really liked what happened at the beginning of last round, just waiting and finding a pick there on the flank. Gamble pulled out those knives, did find T1, but they didn't hold that space too well. Blabs got, I think, in my opinion, too far up. They went for too big of a play, and the moment was just too bright. Couldn't find too much damage, but Stroudlover taking him down on that side just didn't really help their defensive hold.
Yeah, I think something else interesting is that CASA, they had information that KSA had to at least have a lot of members there, but they still kind of pulled themselves apart and rotated B and didn't really hold their ground like you like to do on split. So now I'm interested to see if they're going to try to keep that, but it seems like they're not going to. They're already rotating towards B. And now KSA, if they get knowledge that they're already starting to rotate, they could just dupe them and run straight back.
Exactly. The Boombot is going to be hitting that tripwire, so they could have, Opticals could have gone through mid, but Tay electing to just stay there. The rest of KSA now in garage, getting ready to explode onto this B site. Still no trip inside of front B there, electing to just hold on to them as Stroudlover is on site now. We are going to see Gamble backside. Do they clear him out? They do. Stroudlover finds 1 to start off the round, make it 2. Tay falls. The rest going to be coming in through heaven. Blabs chucks out that nade and the Boombot clearing out hell. No one's there. Blabs now rotating through CT, and the drone comes out from Tejo. God of Eternity is going to pop it, but not going to find nearly enough. Excuse me. Chad gets headshot through a wall, and God of Eternity takes down 2. Maybe even out these numbers. Come on, Blabs.
Blabs with this angle.
You got to get 1.
Oh.
Cannot find it. God of Eternity takes down Stroudlover, though. Gets blinded by the breach. Has to clutch up. The bomb is ticking, though. Throws out that stun grenade. Got to check close right. Gotta check it. There's still 1 holding main. Breach stun comes out. Do they swing? They do not swing. We do see CT. Colin Lover peeks out at the exact right time. Colin second, finding God of Eternity off that breach stun from 2 ice, getting another assist there. And it's going to be match point now. CASA has to win 5 straight to get to OT.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just been a masterclass from the Korean Student Association. Both duelists at 22 frags right now, and they are looking unstoppable. Stroudlover has the knives available. 2 Ice has the Rolling Thunder available as well, so they have a lot to work with if they want to close out this match. And CASA, it's a very, very uphill battle from here on out.
Exactly. We are going to be seeing CASA go for a little bit more of a ratty type of play, as we're going to see shotguns and specters. They do take a lot of space into garage, though. Have to be careful as the Boombot does not clear anybody out. It breaks in 5 seconds now. Blabs could have just elected not to shoot it, and the rest of KSA now going to rotate most of their players toward B. Bob Tickle still there, gets digged through the wall, left with about half HP as Colin second is there for the backup. Come on now, Blabs. You got to clutch up. You've been their #1 player so far this entire match. But we are going to be seeing Gamble they aren't making any steps in CT, so he does not know that 4 players are there. No one has made a sound yet. Gamble might be able to find a massive... all 3 there! Making all 3 taking a peek onto Gamble. He got too interested and got on the rope. If he just sits down there, they can wait and find a couple headshots. But the rest of KSA now taking it back through mid, gonna look to break this tripwire. Blabs finds 1. T1 takes down Chad out of the wing from Vents there. Blabs pulls out the showstopper, only at 18 HP, misses. Tay finds 1, but Bob Tickles is up through B, finding Blabs, taking him out. It's a 2-on-2. Bob Tickles now with the showstopper, electing to just shoot it into Vents. Both duelists left, as you mentioned, had those very high eliminations, and we might be seeing Tay look for a body to get off that Cypher Neuralink.
10 seconds left.
Driver has to reposition the bomb as those Taeho grenades come out. And Eternity now moving into heaven. They need to be able to find the Rays in male. Do they clear him out? They do hear the gun drop.
Hear the gun, yeah.
That might have been a mistake. Bob Tickles takes out 1, make it 2. Dropping the gun was their downfall. They just needed to clear out male, and they would have had a 2-on-1 for that last round there. But KSA doing another great job of playing Valorant tonight, as we do see them taking their 2nd win of this tournament in the corner. This was the quarterfinals for tonight. But other than that, you got any other?